This Civic Media podcast is sponsored by UW Organ and Tissue Donation. Organ donations are desperately needed, and now is the right time to become an organ donor. Talk to your family. Get the dot. Save lives. Go to heroicdeed.com.
This is your WLAK Daily News Roundup for Lake Air, 107.5 FM and 1260 AM in Amory.
For WLAK News, I'm James Kelly. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources is reminding fishing enthusiasts in the northern regions that Lake Superior's lake trout season will officially start this weekend. The season begins on December 1st and will continue until either September 30th or the harvest cap is hit. To participate, fishers must purchase a 2024-2025 general fishing license from the DNR, as well as a Great Lakes trout and salmon stamp. Both can be purchased online or in person. Anglers should also check the recreational fishing quota in their regions. The Sawyer County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in identifying a suspect in a string of arsons over the last 2 weeks. The Sheriff's Office has released surveillance footage from the area of one of the fires, and they're hoping somebody from the public may recognize the suspect or be able to provide additional information. Over the last 2 weeks, there have been 6 suspected arson fires in the areas of Radisson, Excellent, and Birchwood. Anybody with information on the incident should contact the Sheriff's Office tip line. The Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection is warning residents about Medicare scammers during open enrollment season. The open enrollment period will run until December 7th, and during this time of year, scammers begin to target older residents who may not be as suspicious of the scam. DATCP officials say if you're not sure if a Medicare agent who has contacted you is legitimate, you should hang up and call Medicare yourself. Scams should be reported to the DATCP Consumer Protection Hotline. The National Weather Service says a manufacturing plant in western Wisconsin shares some responsibility for the Thanksgiving snow that coated the area. According to a social media post, the steam from the glass factory in Menominee and normal weather conditions combined perfectly to create snowflakes for a few hours, covering hundreds of miles in some light snow. Law enforcement authorities also say the factory-induced snow caused major traffic problems, forcing them to respond to 16 crashes in the span of about 5 hours. Duluth Public Schools could soon have a new source of renewable energy. The district has been pre-approved for a $500,000 Solar for Schools grant from the state that will cover a large portion of the cost to install solar panels on the school buildings. The district does not have all of the funding it needs for the project as of yet, but the school board is considering the use of Inflation Reduction Act funding to get closer to the total cost. The district must also contend with significant budget cuts as they pursue the project. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation is asking for input from the community on 10 bridge rehabilitation projects across 5 counties. According to DOT officials, bridge work is planned on Highways 25 and 48 in Barron County, Highway 2 in Bayfield County, Highway 13 in Douglas County, Highways 27 and 40 in Rusk County, and Highways 40 and 48 in Sawyer County. Specific information on the proposed maintenance work for the bridges is available on the DOT website, and officials will be accepting public comments until the end of the year. The Spooner Police Department has announced the arrest of a suspect in connection with a suspicious vehicle fire last week. According to a press release, law enforcement authorities uncovered footage from the area around the site of last Wednesday's North Front Street fire, identifying Raven Trudell as a suspect. Authorities say Trudell was taken into custody on Tuesday. They have found no connection to other recent suspicious fires being investigated in the region. The Washburn County Sheriff's Office assisted with the investigation. A recent report from the Wisconsin Policy Forum found that the state ranks second in the United States for dam failures over the last 20 years. The study also found that dam failures have been occurring more frequently in recent years, leading researchers to believe that extreme weather caused by climate change could be contributing to the failures, as well as overall aging infrastructure. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources distributes $4 million each year for dam maintenance, but experts say more funding is needed. For WLAK News, I'm James Kelly.
The Packers get the win. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Packers won in prime time, 30-17 over the Miami Dolphins. Green Bay jumped out to a 24-3 lead. I asked wide receiver Christian Watson how much the running game with running back Josh Jacobs helped the offense.
Oh, it does a lot. I mean, it's huge. It's a big part of our offense, being able to open things up with the run game. And I mean, we got dudes back there, especially number 8 that can make a play at any time. So I mean, it's all 11 when it comes down to run. And, making sure we're blocking on the outside because Josh is bound to break one at any time, and then obviously that helps us us, in other scenarios where, they think runs come in, they load the box, and we're able to get it out to the perimeter.
The Packers improved to 9-3 and face the Lions next week. The Dolphins fall to 5-7. Are their playoff hopes over? Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
I wouldn't say the dream's dead for our team just yet. Anything can happen in this league. We're going to watch the film. We're going to look over things that we need to get better at. We're going to come back next week, and we're just going to keep chopping wood. Keep chopping wood and find a way to win the next game and keep stacking those again.
College football, Wisconsin hosts Minnesota today. The Badgers need a win to keep their streak of bowl game invitations of 22 years in a row still alive. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
Mostly cloudy and breezy today, gradually becoming mostly sunny this afternoon. Our high today in the upper teens to low 20s. Tonight, mostly clear, our low between 5 and 10. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, breezy, upper teens to low 20s. By Sunday, mostly cloudy with a high in the low 20s. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Current temperature 13.
That's your WLAK Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at lakeair.radio. The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.